Good morning, y'all. We're going to talk a little bit about South Carolina this morning, so I thought I would fire up my southern accent. So, y'all, please take a seat on the Liberty bus, and we'll begin our tour. But I won't keep talking like that because it would take forever, wouldn't it? Bill Moyers, why U.S. internet access is slow, costly, and unfair. It really is, isn't it? I mean, the worst for me is Google trying to find something that I know is there, a website, maybe a Liberty website or something, some kind of information. It's the paid placement puts so much junk in there that's not what I want. It's got to change. We need a Liberty search engine and not just one that accesses the Google information like Startpage does, although I appreciate Startpage. Unschooling can free your children. Cool. I've heard of that a little bit. It's letting children learn organically. New bill seeks to severely restrict homeschooling in South Carolina. I guess the bad guys realize how valuable homeschooling can be. And this is a South Carolina information, and also this about South Carolina. Something unpleasant and something very pleasant. Victory, South Carolina upholds freedom of residents to buy and sell raw milk. These guys that are proponents of raw milk need to get together with some of the education guys and tell the homeschoolers to full speed ahead. Not in banning homeschooling, but in promoting homeschooling, I should clarify. Impeach Obama Now, a national imperative. Now, this is going to get a little more serious this morning. I don't know if you're aware that the Marine rifles at the inauguration were disabled. And Info also has an article, Obama disarmed Marines during inauguration. Pretty astonishing. The things are, I would just say it's on. Things are getting really sticky, really ugly. It's undeniable that something's going on, and it's remarkable that everybody's not aware of it because there are so many signs that point that way. The visible fallout has begun. Illuminati rats fight in the sack. Mutual assured destruction of evil syndicates. And this article tells the story of things that you pretty much probably already know, but just ties it all together to say that they are really fighting against one another, and it's just getting pretty crazy. This is interesting. A lightning bolt struck the Vatican after papal resignation. Interesting. What does it mean? I don't know. Was Pope Benedict fired by the Knights of Malta? This article on Veterans Today, now I will add a little caution here. Some people feel that Veterans Today is disinfo. Some of it is disinfo, tends to be disinfo. This article suggests one of two reasons the Pope was put out by the Knights of Malta. One being that they want to promote a more homosexual and liberal sex agenda. They want priests to marry, and they want to allow gay marriages in the church. The other suggestion is that this ancient book called the Gospel of Barnabas is being held in Turkey, and some people want it's going to be released at some point in the near future, and the church is going to crumble, and the Pope wanted to avoid the fallout. Regarding the Gospel of Barnabas, if this comes out, some validity is being given to it, attributed to it, because it is, I don't know, it's carbon dated to the right time or something. Just like today, anybody can write anything and claim that it's true. If this book is released, it supposedly says that Jesus was not crucified. That doesn't mean that Jesus wasn't crucified. I mean, our faith is built on our relationship with God and what we know of Him from His Word, and we aren't tossed about by everyone to doctrine, right? So, here's an idea from Benjamin Fulford about the Pope. The hacking of the Bush family's private emails and home addresses, as well as the widespread publication of paintings of Bush Jr. in the bathtub. I wouldn't Google that if I were you. I'm resisting the temptation to Google that myself. I don't really want to see that. I would regret it. Meanwhile, is a visible sign of the Bush family's fall from power within the military-industrial complex. The Pope resigned because he has been fingered as a mastermind of 9/11, 3/11, and the wars in the Middle East by both George Bush Jr. and Tony Blair, according to P2 Lodge sources. So that's Fulford's take on it. And the rest of this is interesting. And it's up on Nasara, at least for the time being, so you can see the entire thing there. Is it true? Is it all true? It's so hard to know. It's not easy to discern what's going on. Now, this article, it's not an article really, it's a response to an email that someone sent Fulford. I find this very interesting and quite well-founded, pretty likely. Petraeus and Benghazi. It's a question about the Daily Mail article about all this, about Petraeus. And in here, I just think that Fulford gives a lot of clarity. He claims that the true story is that Ambassador Stevens was involved in planning the 3/11 nuclear and tsunami terror attack against Japan. And this was meant to uncover the network behind the 3/11 attack. So, makes sense to me. I submit all these ideas for your consideration, and I pray that the Holy Spirit enlightens your mind and gives you wisdom and helps you know how to respond in these times. Sometimes it does seem a bit dark, but She Who Will Walk in the Dark produced this tour of February 12th, 2013, and hopes that you are prepared to stand your ground and insist on liberty. David Icke is on Alex Jones this morning, and Alex quoted David from several years ago as saying, "We're not coming out of this until we defeat them being the cabal." So we know the dawn is coming, and weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. So let's just keep walking through this. Let's join together. Let's love one another. Let's insist on liberty. And you take care of yourself and those you love. Till tomorrow.